Um, it's kind of funny. It's like there was a lot of debate, I think, early on about how tall to make Skar King versus Kong, and I like that he's a little shorter than Kong because ultimately, Skar King's power isn't brute force or just being a bigger oppressor to Kong. It's his agility, but it's also he's more of a dictator. Like that's where the danger of him comes in, is that he's a manipulator, and I kind of like that he doesn't stand over Kong.
This is the only moment in this sequence that really sort of was added later.
Yeah, and I have to give a big credit to Mary Parent. Like when this part where he kicks the ape in the pit wasn't in there, and Mary's whole thing is like, look, Skar King's cool, but I don't hate him. She's like, you gotta have him like kill somebody in here. And I thought, oh man, I was a little afraid to do this initially because I didn't want to scar the kids. Like I was always thinking about the younger audiences watching this film, and trying to skirt that line that we're not traumatizing anybody. But ultimately it needed that moment. It needed a little bit of brutality to drive the point home, and so I'm really glad that we did it. It's a really good little scene. You get a little bit more depth with Tsuko, and my only regret in this scene is that we didn't have apes carrying like meat and stuff around to kind of get the vibe of like how they feed each other and all that. Oh, and there was like one little thing that we cut out of this early on, but we actually showed where all this like war paint came from that the Skar King has on his fur and all the apes wear across their bodies. And the concept is that there's actually a ranking system within these apes when it comes to the red paint that they have, and there's supposed to be sort of like a crystal that kind of bleeds this red paint in this pit, and that's where they're getting it from. It's not blood or anything like that. But if you look like the more guard apes, the one that are higher up in the totem pole, they tend to have red paint on their faces.